Hello, everybody. My name is Ray. Welcome to the Evangelical Dark Web. Today, we're going to be discussing David Platt and how he helped usher in a new woke era at McLean Bible Church. Now, this is a follow up to the live stream that we did last week and the article that I also wrote last week, going through the documents that were unveiled as a result of the lawsuit that McLean Bible Church spent $1 million losing. And these documents that have been released have a lot of stories in them to cover. Last week, we talked specifically about David Platt and his role in McLean Bible Church's lie about joining the Southern Baptist Convention, lying to Lon Solomon and their members about doing so. And then David Platt and his participation in that lie. He didn't originate the lie, but he certainly perpetuated the lie. And that's what we talked about last week. This week, right now, we're going to talk about how David Platt immediately went woke at McLean Bible Church. But first, I want to let you know Evangelical Dark Web is a Christian news gathering and commentary ministry. You can support our work over at evangelicaldarkweb.org/join. That's our Patreon-like system. And Evangelical Dark Web, as far as I know, is the only outlet that's covering the David Platt McLean Bible Church documents. So there is an upcoming documentary coming. But in the meantime, they've made this stuff available, so we're covering it. And we're not going to wait for the documentary to come out to cover it because, people be tapping their foot about that. And not my place, but anyway. Here we go into the David Platt documents. But let's just take a quick recap just to set the timeline for what's going on here during the emails that we're going to look at. And it's only a few emails, but it's kind of a smoking gun that, David Platt is not even the new pastor there. He's the interim pastor, and he's already trying to make McLean Bible Church woke. So this is the article that I wrote last week. And late January 2016 or 2017, David Platt is made interim pastor of McLean Bible Church, and there's some emails about that. He's coaching how to talk to Lon Solomon and stuff like that. He, is a little uncomfortable with how, in the emails, he's very uncomfortable with how non-denominational that this church says they are on their church website and wishes that would change. So there's stuff like that going on. But March 8th, there's some media questions going on about, are they a Southern Baptist church or not? So this is kind of where these emails take place. So David Platt is interim pastoring at McLean Bible Church. And he, as he's interim pastoring, he does implement some changes. First, he insists that McLean Bible Church give more to the International Mission Board because he's head of the International Mission Board, and he's, a little bit miffed that they're not giving enough to the cooperative program because they're supposed to be a Southern Baptist church now. So that goes on, and also his push to make McLean Bible Church a woke church via diversity hires. And that's what we're going to talk about in these emails. So this email is from March 15th, 2017, and he asked Paul Aiken, is who he's emailing. Dale and I were discussing via email exploring some intern possibilities through schools like Southern and Southeastern. That's Southern Baptist Theological Seminary and Southeastern Baptist Theological Seminary. Do you know who would be the best people at those seminaries to contact along those lines? And as we've discussed, McLean Bible Church, or McLean, is really wanting to explore diversifying leadership with multiple ethnicities. Would love to explore leaders along these lines from Southern/Southeastern or anywhere else we know. I know you contacted Dustin to get the information on Asian fellowship out there. Have we heard anything back? And is there anyone else we could point Dale to when it comes to contacts/networks we know? Thanks, man. So Dale Sutherland is also involved in the wokeification of McLean Bible Church. Lon Solomon at this point is on his way out. And so they're getting ready for their new era and their new woke era. Dale Sutherland also sends a follow-up email later that same day because he's very eager to get his woke diversity hires at McLean. So that happens. And then the following day, Paul Aiken responds by saying, Dale, thanks. I just sent you 2 emails, one for Walter at SEBTS and one for Kevin at Saddleback. Walter is African American and Kevin is Asian America. That's what it says. One other thought might be to also connect you with Edgar Aponte, as he might have some contacts/ideas for potential Hispanic American leaders. Let me know if you want me to reconnect you and Edgar via email. So let's just break down some of the names that are brought up here because he name drops some people and some institutions. Walter's referring to Walter Strickland at Southeastern Baptist Theological Seminary. Very woke dude, by the way. There's a lot of woke preacher clips involving Walter Strickland. Kevin Nguyen is, or was, a pastor at Saddleback Church. Now, Saddleback Church was just kicked out of the Southern Baptist Convention for their ordination of female pastors. It is the church of longtime Rick Warren, who is a false teacher, and they're also a gay affirming church. So Saddleback is not where you want to recruit from. That is not a good recruiting pool. And Southeastern was arguably the wokest seminary in the Southern Baptist Convention at this time. But what's really important to note is that this was par for the course with woke pastors at the time. They are trying to do diversity hires. They are trying to push the multi-ethnic church model. They are trying to have non-white leaders in white churches, and that's basically, the big push at this time was churches need to be less white. We can't have white churches anymore. So that was par for wokeness at the time. You see it here, and that's what David Platt and Dale Sutherland are implementing immediately once they have the chance at McLean Bible Church. As soon as Lon Solomon's out the door, as soon as David Platt is in the door, they are trying to make the church woke. And to me, that's a big issue. That's kind of a big scandal. That's a big deal. And it shows you how corrupt men immediately, if they're given the power, will do this to churches. And you cannot let them do this to churches. So that's the news update regarding David Platt. We have more to talk about with David Platt in the future for sure. But until then, like this video and subscribe if you are new. Have a blessed day. Stay based. Christ is King. And we will catch you on the next one.